Hey drummers, how's it going? It's Alex once again, bringing you some more fun-free drumming ideas. For this week's lesson, we're going to take a look at that opening tom groove from Unsainted, which is the latest single from Slipknot. I've had about 3 or 4 students in the last month or so ask me how to play that opening tom groove. So we're not sort of talking like the advanced stuff that sort of kicks off later. The opening tom groove is actually fairly simple, so I thought if I put that out to any young Slipknot fans out there that just sort of want to learn how to play this is a really cool little idea, and it's not too taxing in terms of coordination. Speed-wise, it's pretty fast, and you need to get that right hand sort of riding on that floor tom pretty quickly. But ultimately, it's like a 4 on the floor pattern, sort of broken down into 2 bars. The first bar has got lots of work with the hands, and then the second measure's got loads of space. So there's plenty of space to sort of be a bit creative with. I've been sort of basing this on the live version, so I've been watching some drum cam footage of Jay playing, and I've got to say, what a player. I thought it was going to be hard to fill Joey Jordison's boots, but he more than does the job. So, if you like what you saw in the intro and you want to give this one a crack, stick around and I'll break it down. Here we go. Right, so first things first, let's address the fact that I've only got 1 rack tom and 1 floor tom, and after watching Jay, I know he's got at least 2 rack toms and he's got 2 floor toms as well. But what I'll do is if I just show you the sticking pattern, and then I'll tell you whereabouts you sort of move your left hand or your right hand to the other drums to get exactly how he's playing it. So if you've got a larger kit, I'll sort of break that down as well. But ultimately, it's about learning the sticking, and once you've got the sticking, it should be easier to sort of transpose or orchestrate it onto different drums. Now, the groove itself is sort of broken into 2 bars. The first measure, you're going to have your left hand doing all the work, and then for the second measure, your right hand is going to be sort of like ploughing away, playing those 8th notes pretty fast on the floor tom. One of the things that I really like about this groove is it builds a massive amount of tension. You know that something big is going to come after you sort of hear this groove, and it sort of amps up a little bit in that second half when that bass drum starts ploughing away on beat 1, 2, 3 and 4 as well. So let's break down what's going on with the hands. So if your right hand is going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we're not going to worry about the feet just yet. We'll bring those in a second. We're just going to concentrate on the hands. We've just got 1 measure to worry about, really. So we've got both hands on you can hit the snare on the floor. 1, and then we're going to play and Okay, so we've got together, right, left, and the next high tom's going to come in on beat 3. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3, and we're going to keep riding with the floor tom. So we're on beat 3 and 4, and then we're going to bring our left hand down to the floor tom and hit both hands at the same time on the and of beat 4. So if I just play that round a couple of times, what I'll do is I'll just play that first measure because we're going quite slow. I'm not going to worry about sort of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 on the floor tom. I'll just stop and then reset. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So in terms of what your hands doing, you're going together, right, left, right, right, together, right, right, together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's speed that up a tiny bit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bass drum on that very first note. And when we start speeding this up a tiny bit, I'll start sort of chucking in that second measure where the right hand's going. So let's just do that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, we're back to the beginning. Now, one little note, when you're doing that little of beat 1, I'm not hitting that quite as hard. I want to emphasise the notes I'm playing together on beat 3 and then on the and of beat 4. So let's just go a tiny bit faster. I'm going to turn this down so it doesn't distort. So we get this. And then turn back up again. So that's essentially what's going on with the first measure, and the second measure is just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and with the right hand. Now, what we're going to do now is going to get that left foot in there. So that's just going to be stomping beat 1, beat 2, beat 3 and beat 4 of both bars. So essentially what you're going to get is this sort of idea. So it's going to be like together with the right and then right on its own. Together, right, together, right, together, right, together, right. Yeah? And then let's go into the groove. And that is basically what's going on with the hands. All we've got to do now is, I think we played that like 8 times round. something like that. And then we start bringing the kick, and all the kick's going to do is it's going to mirror exactly what your left foot's doing. So by the time you start stomping the quarter notes with your foot, your feet are going to be doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, with regards to the orchestration that Jay uses, what he does is he sort of plays, obviously the snare and the floor tom together for the first one. He plays that little of beat 1 up on, I don't know, maybe a 10-inch rack tom, and then goes to the mid tom, or sort of like maybe a 12 or a 13-inch for beat 3. And then where he's got his where he's got his 2 floor toms on the and of beat 4, he just moves his right hand over to his like 18-inch, I think, as opposed to a 16-inch, and then he hits both of them like that for the and of beat 4. So you are going to bring your right hand over if you have got that second floor tom. But again, you're still playing those notes together. All right, so it'd be so beat 3, move to the middle tom. In fact, let's start from the beginning. So it's going to go snare for beat 1. For the up beat 1, you're going to move your left hand up to the high tom. For beat 3, you're going to move your left hand over to the mid tom. And then for the and of beat 4, if you've got 2 toms, just separate your hands and play the and of beat 4 down there, and then return your right hand to that riding floor tom again. So that's pretty much everything there is. Let's just do the transition of getting like the hands going. We'll get the left foot going as well, just that bass drum on beat 1 of the first measure. And then we'll sort of do that transition where we bring in the kick drum as well, just to sort of lift the groove a tiny bit. So let's go reasonably fast. Again, let's turn it down so it doesn't distort. Like that. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start stomping. So that is essentially everything that's going on there. So hands-wise, together, right, left, right, right, together, right, right, together, and then just riding that right hand. And your left foot's just going 1, 2, 3, 4, and eventually your bass drum's going to come and join it. So all I'll do now is if I just pop up there, I'll play at a few different speeds. We'll eventually end up at the actual rough speed of the song, so it's quite fast. So it might be worth at some point, if you want, just practicing to go. See if you can utilise that finger technique so you're not using all wrists, because that's going to knock you out pretty quickly. And then I'll come and say goodbye. So here we go. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the foot in. Let's crank it up and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the foot. Bring the crash. Alright drummers, so there it is. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. I hope it's a nice little insight into that little opening tom groove. Obviously, it's going to sound a little bit different when you bring in some of those other toms, but it does sound really cool. And what I'll do when I write it out for the sheet music, I'll make sure that I sort of voice it as it's played. Again, we're basing this on the live version, so I'll sort of go with that. If you did like the video, please give it a like. That always helps sort of boost me up in the ratings somewhat. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification icon, and that will let you know every time a new lesson comes out. And if you want the sheet music, you have to go to the link below, and that'll take you to my website, alexripchetterdrums.com, where if you want and you enjoy the lessons, you can sign up, become a sponsor, and get access to even more content. In fact, double what you're getting here on YouTube, if not more, because the lessons tend to be a bit longer and a little bit more deeper. Does that make sense? Yeah. Either way, take care, keep drumming, and I'll see you very soon for some more fun-free drumming ideas. All right, see you later. Bye.